Привет. This is an old Cossack tale called Voices at the Window. A nobleman went hunting one autumn, and with him went a goodly train of huntsmen. All day long they hunted, and at the end of the day they caught nothing. At last dark night overtook them, and now it was bitterly cold, and the rain began to fall heavily. The nobleman was wet to the skin, and his teeth chattered. He rubbed his hands together and cried, "Oh, had we but a warm hut, and a white bed, and soft bread, and sour kvass, we should have naught to complain of, but would tell tales and feign fables till the dawn of day." Immediately there shone a light in the depths of the forest. They hastened up to it. There was a hut. They entered, and on the table lay bread, a jug of kvass. The hut was warm, and the bed therein was white, everything just as the nobleman had desired. So they all entered after him and said grace and had supper, and immediately lay down to sleep. They all slept, all but one, but to him slumber would not come. Near midnight he heard a strange voice, something by the window. "Oh, thou son of a dog, thou didst say, if we had but a warm hut, and a white bed, and soft bread, and sour kvass, we should have naught to complain of, but would tell tales and feign fables till dawn. But now thou hast forgotten thy fine promise. This shall befall thee on the way home. Thou shalt fall in with an apple tree full of apples, and thou shalt desire to taste of them. And when thou hast tasted the apples, thou shalt burst. And if any of these huntsmen hear this thing and tell thee of it, that man shall become stone to the knee." All this the huntsman heard, and he thought, "Woe is me." At about the second cockcrow, there was another sound, another voice by the window. "Oh, thou son of a dog, you said if we had but a warm hut, and a white bed, and soft bread, and sour kvass, we would have naught to complain of, but would tell stories and feign fables till dawn. But now thou hast forgotten thy fine promises. Therefore this shall befall thee, this shall be thy fate. Thou shalt come upon a spring by the roadside, a spring of pure water. You will desire to drink of it. When you have drunk of it, you shall burst. But if any of the huntsmen hear and tell of it, that man shall become stone unto the girdle." All this the huntsman heard, and thought, "Woe is me." Again, towards the third cockcrow, he heard another sound and another voice, making similar threats. "Oh, thou son of a dog, you said, if only we had but a warm hut, and a white bed, and soft bread, and sour kvass, we should have naught to complain of, but would tell tales and feign fables till dawn. And you all forgot your promise. So, when you are on your journey home, and you come across a feather bed in the road, you will have a desire to lie upon it. And when you do, you will burst. And if anyone hears of this and speaks of this, they shall turn to stone up to the neck." All this the huntsman heard, and he woke his companions and said, "It's time to depart." "Let us go then," said the nobleman. So on they went, and they had not gone far when they saw an apple tree growing by the wayside, and on it were apples so beautiful that words could not describe them. The nobleman felt that he must taste of these apples or die, but the wakeful huntsman rushed up, cut down the apple tree, whereupon the apples and the apple tree turned to ashes. But the huntsman galloped on before and hid himself. They went on a little farther till they came to a spring, and the water of that spring was so pure and clear that words, again, could not describe it. Then the nobleman felt that he must drink of that water or die. The wakeful huntsman rushed up, splashed in the spring with his sword, and immediately the water turned to blood. The nobleman grew angry and cried, "Cut me down that dog, that son of a dog!" But the huntsman rode on in front and hid himself. They went on still farther, and there was a bed, a feather bed, in the road. And the nobleman suddenly felt a desire to lie upon that bed. But the huntsman reappeared, rushed forward, stabbed at the feather bed with his sword. The bed turned to coal. The nobleman assumed that the huntsman had done this deliberately. He said, "Seize him, cut him down." But the wakeful huntsman rode on ahead, disappearing. He returned to the nobleman's home, as did the nobleman and the rest of the huntsmen. And when the nobleman spied the wakeful huntsman, he said, "Bring him to me. He has to be punished for this. He has cost me apples that I wanted to eat. He has cost me a spring that I wished to drink from. He made a feather bed turn to coal. What manner of sorcerer is this? Bring him to me. I will sit in judgment upon him." And the wakeful huntsman was brought forward, and he spoke of the voices that he heard at the window. And in the end, the nobleman forgave the wakeful huntsman. It was at the feast I heard this tale, there it was I drank mead ale. Though it flowed down my beard, my mouth stayed dry, for never a drop passed my lips, swear I.